so many things, but now we know him as a singer. It's the return of Luke Evans. Hello, Luke Evans.
Hello, Graham Norton.
And so album number 2.
Album number 2, right? Yes. Yeah. Who'd have thought it?
Well, except I suppose anyone who knew you, I mean, people in London who knew you were a singer.
True. Exactly. You knew I was a singer.
Yeah.
Before I was doing movies and film and TV and stuff. Yeah. I've always been a singer. It's the first thing I ever did when I was a kid that naturally was open my mouth and sing.
So what, back in Wales, was that you were that kid?
I was that kid. I was that annoying child at everybody's party that would go, everybody be quiet, I want to sing you a song, or recite a French and Saunders sketch, or pretend to be Michael Crawford, or Sarah Brightman sometimes also. Yeah, that was me, and I've been singing ever since. It's lovely, it's something that I will always have if I look after it.
And we also then you kind of dipped your toe into kind of musical films. We heard, I guess people had heard you sing like that. But how did you decide with the last album? How did you decide to kind of go, okay, this is it, I'm going to actually make a whole thing?
Well, I was approached, and I think it was because off the back of Beauty and the Beast, and then I sang at the Queen's 92nd birthday at the Royal Albert Hall, and it was at that I was approached by a producer who said, I think you can get a record deal. I think you can do it. And it was sort of like music, ironically, to my ears. I've always wanted to be a recording artist, and I thought, let's try it, let's do it. It might not work, it might not fit in with my other work, career and stuff, but it did. And it was an absolute joy to do, and it went down really well.
And I mean, a big record label, and I say it did really well. Here we are, album 2. But because of your other work, are you able to tour? Are you able to do that side of things?
Well, yes, I can. Excuse me. It's very early on a Saturday morning, I'm just going to say that.
Tell me about it. Every week.
It's a nightmare. Excuse me. It is... Sorry, what was the question?
It was about touring.
Touring, that's right.
Because of your busy acting schedule.
Yeah. Well, it's not easy, and the scheduling is the biggest issue. But I fitted in filmed 2 films while doing the promo of this album. A BBC special for Christmas on BBC. Promoing. I've been to New York to do the premiere of Echo 3, which is now on Apple TV Plus. I've got Scrooge coming out next week on Netflix. I've done all of that. And I've recorded the album and released it. So, with a little bit of scheduling and a little bit of, looking at the schedule, a lot can be fitted in. And I just have to look after myself, stay well, and be happy about doing it.
And let's not forget Strictly. You were gorgeous.
Oh, come on, let's not forget Strictly. Oh. My second outing on that show, by the way, which I was very, very honoured to be part of it again. And
so I always kind of think for anyone like you, who's, you're a stage boy, you know what it's like, how to say something, to be standing in the back, it's like, what am I? No, what am I? Chopped liver?
Yeah, it is sort of, yes. Well, at least they give you the first verse. And then they come on, you realise, oh yeah, it's not about me anymore.
Yeah.
And there's a round of applause halfway through your song. Like, I haven't finished yet.
Yeah, I'm hitting notes here.
It's so true.
Leave me alone. Now, on the first album, was that all covers?
It was all covers, yes.
Okay, so this is your first songwriting.
Yes, and I asked to an amazing songwriter called Amy Wadge, who one of her songs I covered on my first album. So I already had an inroad. And then when I was shooting the Pembrokeshire Murders, just before COVID started, I reached out to her, and she was in Wales, and she came to set one day, and we had lunch in my trailer, and we just talked about writing music. Because I've never written music, but I have lots of ideas and words and poems and lyrics. So I gave her some of them. She went away, and then a week later, I wrapped the show and COVID started, and I was in the States during all that lockdown, and we started to Zoom, and that's how we started writing together. And there's now 2 tracks on the album, Horizons Blue and Busy Breaking Yours, which were the 2 first tracks we wrote far away from each other across the Atlantic.
And you say that, and then we did this, but how does that how does that work? Are you humming things down Zoom to each other?
Well, Zoom was part of it, and she's very clever. She's got an amazing team as well. And they told me what I needed to buy on Amazon: a sound desk, a little mixing desk, a microphone like the one I'm talking into now. All connects to my little laptop. I needed good Wi-Fi, which I had, and headphones. And then they could take over my computer and mix the song as I was singing it while we were thousands of miles away from each other. It was, honestly, Graham, it was extraordinary. And from that, they mixed a demo. And that's, you know, that demo gone to,
That's like science fiction, isn't it?
That really is.
That is nuts.
It was because he felt connected.
And she is wildly successful.
Oh,
she's written for loads of people.
You can't tie her down. She's all over the place. She's in LA, she's in Nashville, she writes with Diana Ross, Andrea Bocelli, Ed Sheeran, of course, one of his biggest songs.
Yeah.
So, she found time to work with little old me, and I was very proud of that.
And you were saying during the song there, you're doing a performance tomorrow night.
Yes, at the Palladium. Yeah, I'm doing with a few other lovely singers. We're doing a Christmas show.
Okay, and someone's texted in to know what songs you will be singing. Do you know yet?
Yes, I do. They're both from my album, funnily enough.
Clever.
I'm going to sing Silent Night and You Raise Me Up.
Okay, and you'll be out the back selling your CDs out of the trunk of your car.
Yes, many boots of many cars. Yes,
you'll be there. There's a couple other questions from listeners. People want to know. So on this album, you duet with Nicole Kidman, Charlotte Church.
That's right.
Is that the only two?
Yes, only two. Yeah.
So they want to know what other singers do you dream of doing a duet with?
Well. The list is endless. I mean, at the top of the list would be people like Adele, Celine Dion, Shirley Bassey, Tina Turner. I mean, back then, in this BBC special that I did, which I did 4 duets with 4 amazing singers, Beverly Knight, Ollie Murs, Leanne Rimes, and Nicole Scherzinger, and they were all on the list.
Oh, wow.
So I bucket listed 3 or 4 of them in one night. I ticked them off, and it was epic.
Talking about ticking off, what's the TikTok thing with Nicole Scherzinger? What's that about?
I don't really know. I just came off the stage. I mean, Ollie and Nicole are very big, I now realise, on TikTok. They're TikToking all day long. Whatever that means. It probably doesn't make sense, does it?
Virgin listeners now glazing over.
Yes.
They're talking about TikTok, darling. Shall I put the kettle on?
And I came off the stage at the end of my show, and they were all raring to go, and they were like, come on. And they'd found this huge container lift, which you could put a car in. So somebody had kept the doors open. We all got in, and then I had to quickly pick up this routine of this Beyonce Cuff It song, I think it's called.
Yes.
And and the result is that TikTok video, which has now gone viral everywhere, and
what's weird is I now realise I saw this, and I'm afraid my thing was, where's that lift? I'm sure I know that lift. Where
it's
is that
in
lift?
the ICC in Newport.
I don't know.
You don't know.
I don't know that lift. How funny! You mentioned there before we listened to Horizons Blue about your Netflix Christmas Carol. Is that you play Scrooge? Is that a musical?
It's a musical. Yeah,
it is.
It's the music of Leslie Brookus, and it's
so it's that Scrooge.
Yes.
Oh wow!
Yeah. And it's a full animation. It's beautiful. I am very excited about it coming out because it really does feel like a proper Christmas film, and the music is stunning. And I sing all the way through it. It's not fully.
Are you live action or no?
No, it's all animation. So I'm the voice of Scrooge.
Okay, and when does that hit Netflix?
Olivia Colman is Christmas Past. Jonathan Pryce is Marley. I mean it, really. Fantastic voices.
That's really Netflix money.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. That comes out on the 2nd of December with the album at the same day. Yeah.
It's so clever. It's
very clever.
And you also mentioned Echo 3. Tell us quickly, tell us about Echo 3.
Echo 3 is on Apple TV Plus. That's what I did all of last year when I was out of the country in Colombia shooting this 10-episode big military geopolitical drama, which is just really based on a family, and it's about I play a Delta Force special operative soldier from the US Army whose sister gets kidnapped by the militia in the Venezuelan borders of Colombia, and I go there with her husband, who's also one of my unit soldiers, and we go to find her. And it is not easy. And we take the length and breadth of the country to find her.
And what's amazing about those shows now is they're the scale of a movie. They're that sort of budget, that sort of thing. But it's over 10 hours.
Yes.
As an actor, how can you sustain... Because, it's like you're in a movie, but you're in 4 movies.
It's a lot. You have to really pace yourself. And also, some of the later scripts we didn't get until halfway through. And you're going, you're kidding me? We're going to be doing that? I don't think, it's really... So you have to pace yourself. But also, you have an amazing writer, Mark Bowl, who won an Oscar. You know, he's an incredible screenwriter. Hurt Locker, Zero Dark 30. He wrote the script, and you see all his talent in these scripts, and it was very, very, very cool job.
Listen, you are a busy man. You're doing. You're out to Palladium tomorrow night. The album, you could order it now on your website, lukeevansofficial.com. The single is out now, and that's Scrooge on Netflix, Echo 3 on Disney Plus. Did you say?
Echo 3 on Apple
Plus.
Yes, Apple Plus.
TV Plus.
All those pluses, all those.
It's on set. Just hold down the little microphone and go Echo 3.
Yeah, exactly.
And see what comes up. Luke Evans, always lovely to see you.
Thanks,
Take care of yourself, sir. Bye-bye.
The Graham Norton